Hello and welcome to Neighborhood Real Estate Update, where we bring you hyper-local, timely, and accurate information about real estate in zip codes all over San Diego. Today is June 5th, 2023, and we are talking about Rancho Peñasquitos, 92129. Great zip code, just on the very the eastern edge of Highway 56. Only about 10 miles from Torrey Pines State Beach. So this is definitely a great inland community that has phenomenal coastal access. I remember going back many years ago before 56 was open, the coastal access was not so easy. But ever since 2006 or so, I want to say it was 2006 when that section of 56 opened, but might have been 2005, might have been 2007. I don't remember exactly. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about real estate. So let's jump right into it. Okay. The first thing I want to point out to you is that the number of homes for sale in San Diego County, where's my cursor? There it is. The number of homes for sale in San Diego County is at its highest level in many, many, many months. I think its highest level probably since fall of last year. So it's been a long time since we've been almost 2450 today. I do expect to see this number go down a little bit throughout the week and then come back up towards the weekend. But the number has been creeping up and up and up the last few weeks. However, I mean, we've gone from just below 2,100 now to just over 2,400. So we're really only talking about a swing of about 300 properties. It's not an explosion of inventory. However, it is something. So let's jump into Rancho Peñasquitos. Active, pending, sold in the last 30 days. And we've got a treat for you today. We're going to do something just a little bit different here at the end. So stick around. And if people like this, I'll start using it all the time. But you'll see. Just hang on till the end. Let me get myself out of here. So we can see the comparative market analysis summary for Rancho Peñasquitos. We'll take a look at how many there are active, how many currently pending, the market times, and then how many sold in the last 30 days. What am I trying to do here? Comparative market analysis summary. That's the easiest way to see all this information in one place. Okay, so number of properties on the market here in 92129 today is 16, with an average market time of 30 days. So we have officially come back into the normal active market time. It's taken a while. Market times went way up last summer and into the fall, and it has taken a long time in most zip codes for that number to recover back to what I call normal, because I mean it's very, very typical. For years and years, the average market time in San Diego County was right around 30 days. So anyway, 16 pending with an 16 active with an average market time of 30 days, 28 pending, almost twice the number, and that's big. That just points to a lot of demand in Rancho Peñasquitos and a lot of unrealized demand because, if we had 16 more listings, we could sell them all real fast. So 28 pending, and the average market time on those is 10 days. That is just blazing fast market time, just really, really crazy. And there are a few couple in here, one that's over 30 days, or a couple over 30 days. But by and large, very short market time, 6, 13, 9, 12, 31, 6, 51. That's the highest market time that we have in this list. So 10 days on average to pending is just crazy, and that just points out the insane demand for properties in 92129 right now. And there have been 26 sold in the last 30 days. and those sold properties had an average market time of 17 days. So what does that tell us? It tells us that we have some sellers here in this batch of actives. Well, some are reaching a little bit too far with their price, like here on Via Cabazon, we have 52 days. That just shouldn't be. If you get your pricing right, obviously you could be on the market, for 10 days or less. And then here on Almazon at 138 days, again, just improper pricing. If you price too high, it's not going to fly. If you price it well, it will sell. So yeah, we've got 26 sold in the last 30 days, average market time of 17 days. Now what I usually do here is run down and show you, like, this one sold this much over, blah, 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 blah. And I talk about a list to sale price ratio, but rather than talk about it, let's look at it. I have had this tool available to me, didn't really even know about it, was poking around in my MLS dashboard, found it the other day and thought this would be great information to share on Neighborhood Real Estate Update. So what this is, it's in InfoSparks. It's part of my MLS subscription, and I can actually send anyone a graph of just about any of these stats that they want, and it'll be a dynamic graph. In other words, I can send you a link, and then you can go back to that link a year from now and the graph will have updated. So it's pretty cool. So what do we have here? We have original list to closed percent, average or median. And I've got it set to average here. And that is what I'm always talking about, list to sale price ratio. So what percent of original list price did the properties in Rancho Peñasquitos get? And we are looking at 1 year here. I could go back 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I do a bunch of different stuff with that. But what I have right here is San Diego in blue. So this is all of San Diego County, and Rancho Peñasquitos in orange. So if we go back to February of 2022, we're going back one year here. It says we're going back 1 year. But it's going back even further than that, obviously. Anyway, February 2022 on this graph was the highest list to sale price ratio that we've seen in Rancho Peñasquitos, and that matches up with what the market was doing at the time in terms of how hot things were. So if you look at this, in February of 2022, San Diego County as a whole was hitting 105% list to sale price ratio on average. Rancho Peñasquitos was at 113%. And this means that on average in February of 2022, homes were getting 13.2% over list price on average. And when you're talking about, for instance, let's just say a $1.2 million home, 13% is nothing to sneeze at, and that's the average. So that's what was happening back then. If we, and let's see, if I go back, I'll go back 3 years just so you can see that, yes, indeed, here in February of 2022 is when it was the highest. Okay, so let's go back to 1 year here. So February 2022, then we hit March of 22, it was only 110%. It was 110% in April of 22. And then as the interest rate situation started to unravel and rates started to skyrocket, you can see this average list to sale price ratio just plummeting down to 94.5% in September of 22, and then start to come back up. And December of 22, it was still low, 94% on average. Historically, San Diego County, sits around 98% list to sale price ratio on average. And then you can see what started to happen in 2023. It started to come back up again, 97.3% in January. And then in March, we surpassed 100% again, while San Diego County was sitting at 98.5%, Rancho Peñasquitos 100.5%, And then over the last couple of months, it has come up again to where we are now. The latest data point we have is May of this year, and list to sale price ratio is at 104%. So, when you get these postcards in the mail that say, hey, I sold this house for 102% of list price or whatever it was, well, that's just what's happening. It's going over asking price almost every time. In fact, it's going 4.2% over asking price on average in Rancho Peñasquitos right now. Will this hold up as interest rates have become a bit more volatile and as inventory builds a little bit? We will see. But at the moment, that's what's going on in Rancho Peñasquitos. Now, if you like this content, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you like this edition of the InfoSparks graph, let us know, and we'll start throwing this in all the time so we can get a better look. There's all sorts of different stats we can look at on that graph. So I think we're going to start trying to incorporate that a bit more, as it can get a little tedious just to stare at a page full of numbers. So that's what's happening. We will be back later this week with another edition of Neighborhood Real Estate Update. Very likely going to have our month-over-month update for you on Thursday, because the new SDAR numbers for May will be out, so we'll be able to see what happened from April to May. So watch for that, and we will talk to you later on.